I came to Blue Dog Ranch because I'm having trouble with our little baby. She's been barking a lot, nipping a lot, and everyone's sort of scared of her, and we just want to get her to a point where she doesn't have to do that to get our attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good girl, Harley.
She needs to really wait at that front door until you step through. That's a really hard sit-stay for most dogs. And then she waits till you stand next to her, and then you say, okay, and she walks in with you. And then if you're by yourself and you have to close the door, you do a little left turn. Always turn left, don't turn right. So your body's literally hurting her, and so that there's a minimal amount of tension on the leash, because if you go right and you pull her, any kind of tension is going to stress any dog out, but especially her. She's so prone to getting stressed. She's so nervous and jumpy. So I'm going to do another left turn. You saw me just do that, and have her sit. And then make sure she's sitting. You're not restraining her. She's really sitting. And then you say, go to your mat. And then you say, as she walks on her mat, then you say, down. She's going to lie down. Maybe not straight, but as long as you get her somewhere in the middle of this mat, and I'll lure her over. Good. She needs to stay in a down. And with her, she was so, she was pretty much feral when we got her, so it took most of the 21 days to just get her to be comfortable and stay in a down. If she pops up, which I knew she would, you say no, do that little circle you saw me do, gently but firmly just put her back. And maybe you're going to have a problem with good, like walking around her or something. So maybe you start off easy and just go halfway and go back like this and reward her. Good. And then go halfway over here. No. She makes mistakes. That's what you're going to do. Just gently but firmly put her back. If you stand on your right leg and then just use your left foot to just put her back, you're not going to get down, you're not going to point, snap your fingers, say down, down, down. You only say things once. The more you talk, of course I'm talking a lot now, but normally nobody's going to be talking, you're just going to be doing this without talking. The more you talk, the more nervous a dog like her is going to be. Good, and you see how nervous she is now. Work your way around, even if, it could be a lot of things that trigger her. Good. But this is how you do everything. You find something that gives her a problem, and then you gradually work your way up to having her have a success by just gradually doing a little bit more every time. Just a little bit more at a time. Good. And a little bit farther around now. Good, and I don't want to stay on this mat too long. She's much better on her right side than her left. Her left side is her sketchy side. Good. But now see how I've gotten a lot farther just because of the way I'm doing it? She's starting to calm down. Good. On her left side, I can walk all the way around now. See, we've been doing this for 3, maybe 4 minutes, and see how much better she's doing already because I just took it slow, I stayed patient. Good, she's getting into the groove of things right now. I'm a lot farther along on her right side as well. And I'm not going to try to do too much too soon because, good, I want to have successes. So she's good on her left. Let's try to even go a little bit farther on her right. The dog that's this afraid, you never correct. It's just all about teaching her the right way to do it, just like this. See, this is how it works. Stay patient, keep doing it. Big reward, good. That was a hard thing for her to do, to accept me going around her left side. So we're just gonna end this in another few moments, and then we get to end on a success. See how she's handled it 2 times in a row now. Perfect time to end the exercise. When I get control of her, I just gently but firmly try to do all these things you're seeing on the video. And it's just been this process. It took forever just to get her to understand what a down meant. And then now we got the stay, the down stay. And the sit stay at the doorways and things like that, and you'll see the rest throughout the rest of the video that we're practicing. But keep doing this. Dogs like this sometimes take a year to snap out of it, or 6 months at least. We've only had her for, I don't know how long now, but it hasn't been 6 months, that's for sure. So you just keep doing this stuff, and she keeps getting better and better, consistently doing things this way, and she'll keep changing gradually. And a year from now, you'll be saying that she's a different dog if you continue all these things that we're showing you now. Sit. I always have her sit before we send her in the crate. She loves her crate, so it's really hard for her to sit and wait because you open the door and she wants to race in there. So that's why this is a good little test of her sit stay. See how she's hyperventilating? It's not hot today. She just gets really excited with any kind of change in the environment. In this case, we have a person standing 10 feet away, 15 feet away, pointing a camera at us, and so she's all nervous because of that. If she pops up, you say no. It's this reset thing. If she makes a mistake, reset, just apply just a little bit of pressure. As soon as her butt hits the ground, release it. And then you want to never restrain her. You see, she's really sitting. I'm not holding her in a sit stay, but I'm opening the door, and you might have to do it slowly if she's nervous, especially because she has lower levels of concentration if she's nervous. Go, send her in. See, she's nervous about everything today. Go. So she went in. So the reason she's nervous to go into this crate here, and she didn't run right in like she always does, is because her crate is in another room, and it's not this crate. And I do this with most of the dogs anyway, because I'm assuming that once they're back home, they're not going to do what they're doing for me so easily here. We could have done the video back there with her crate and the crate she goes in and out of 6 times a day. It'd be no problem. But if I do it out in a place that she's not familiar with, like this spot, in her mind she's like, what? I don't go in here. This isn't where my crate is. This is not my crate. And so you saw how she was kind of hesitant at first. That could happen to you back at home, because sometimes when the dogs go home, they don't want to do for you what they did so easily here for us, because they're going to test you. They want to go back to having that old relationship they used to have with you, where they ignored you, where whatever you asked them to do, they put on the brakes and didn't want to do it. So this could happen to you at your house for another reason, but you just have to do what I did. You saw I tossed some treats in, some of this Natural Balance sausage, and now she's just eating them out of my hand, like gobbling them up. Once she goes in the crate, she feels super safe, and all of a sudden she just gets relaxed and has a lot more confidence. When I put her in, then I unhook this leash. I'm not using any special training collar on her or anything. She's just wearing her regular wide flat collar. It's a snap collar, but I recommend that you guys try to get a buckle collar, because eventually these plastic snaps will break if you're walking her out on the street. Or if you have to use this snap collar, excuse me, just double up on a choke chain that hangs loose. Choke chain's never used for training. It's only just in case that snap on the snap collar comes off, breaks someday, and then the choke chain comes into play and you don't lose the dog. But never use a choke chain for training, because it can really mess up the throat. It's dangerous. So the choke chain would just be as safety. They're both collars are clipped onto this clip, and then you're always fine if you go out in public and the regular snap collar ever breaks. So just want to be super clear about that. And you see the way I'm handling her. She's so sensitive. You just do gentle prompts. You see the way I'm doing the left turns, how I do a sit, how I have her go back into a sit if she makes a mistake and pops up. It's all just gentle but firm with the leash, and that's all you need for her. And you just need to be consistent with the way you handle her. She waits until I send her in. She eats her meals in here. She gets treats and chewies every time she goes in there. For her, this is a really cool place. She's a super shy, scared dog, so most of the time those dogs love to isolate anyway. So the crate's an easy place to put her. If you ever had any problems with people coming to your house, which I know you did before, and she was getting nippy because she was so overstimulated with all the activity in your house, people she didn't know, or people who were not friendly, or intimidated her. She might be a little protective of the baby that you have. So instead of having her down there in that mix where everything's crazy, you're having visitors over or things are getting too crazy in the house, put her upstairs in your crate, give her a bowl of food, give her Chewies or whatever. She's great in a crate. She loves her crate. And that keeps her, at least it keeps her away from those crazy situations where over time she's going to go back to doing that because she's coming back to you with quite a bit of good behavior equity. That's what I call it. But you're going to use that equity up if you don't change the way you manage her in your household for a while. Put her in her safe spot, give her something to chew on so she's happy and she stays out of the crazy mix, so that when for a while, like a few months after she comes back to you, you continue all these things that I've started here and they get set in stone, and then you can gradually start letting her stay out longer when you have visitors or parties or people coming over, and using the training in conjunction with their visits and having a different result. But at first you need to be really careful. Use your crate upstairs. Just get her out of that. Just keep her away from the craziness, and she'll never go back to that stuff she was doing before. So when you're going to take her out, I always do it the same way, because she would be afraid of my hands, of course, because she's so scared. And even now she's not. She's coming up to the front of the door. For weeks I had to reach all the way back there. So I just took her up just now. So I'd have to reach all the way back there inside, of course. And I'd give her a treat. She'd eat the treat. I'd have to reach and hook her up. And then once I hooked her up, then she'd come forward. But now she's just coming. She's right here. Good. And I'm rewarding her for not coming out. And see, even now, she'll wait with the door open. Okay, until I invite her to come out. And then I'm always going to do a little left turn and close this door. And then we're going to go back outside again. And we just do this in your house. I know you have stairways and you have doorways and things leading to leading to the outside. And so it would be just your whole training would be coming from where she is upstairs all the way downstairs. Have her sit at every doorway, have her sit at the stairway, make sure she doesn't pull you down the stairway. Okay. Doing a little greeting routine here with Harley, having her sit. We've done it so many times that she'll just automatically sit, but always say sit anyway. So she's sitting, she's waiting. I step away from her, give a little treat to the person that we're greeting, walk back next to her. She's got to wait though, make sure she waits. My right hand, go say hi. Oh, she goes over, gets a treat. I say come, comes back to me, she gets a treat. Good. And it's a great exercise. Once again, we're just practicing sit. We're just practicing our SITs, our SIT stays. She pops up, you say no, step into her. Always step into her, do a little circle, gently but firmly put her back, step away, treat to the person, step back, make sure she waits. Go say hi, go on. She gets a treat, you can pet her too. Good, comes to me. Good, step into her. Do a little circle to straighten her out so she's facing, sit, perfectly facing the person you're sending her to. Step away. It's the same thing, You could do this with a lot of people, family, friends. Every time you do it, it's a little mini training routine. Go. Good girl. Come. See, every time, the same thing. Good. I hope you can see me through there. One last time. Let's do it one last time. And I'll add something else to it. So we're doing a circle. We're having her sit at the end of the circle. See how I did that? Step over, treat, do a sit stay. No. See if she can do this. See, I said no. I put her back. We got her to do a little sit stay after a few mistakes, and then she gets to go over. Go say hi. Take the treat. See how she's, maybe you can't tell. Come. Call her to come to me. She gets another treat here. Good girl. That was ending on a big success for her. Maybe you can tell she's hyperventilating. It's not a hot day. She just gets super nervous if it is windy and if there's noises out on the street or something, there's no way that she would ever be able to do any kind of training. Of course, when we've had her, after we've had her for a long time, she still is kind of this way, but at least she can do, focus and do a sit stay. She can go, come to me, go say hi, come. You can call her back to come to me. That was me that called you. Good. So she has a much higher level of focus than she used to have, but you have to keep this up because a dog that's this skittish and this afraid, sometimes it takes a while before she starts to become normal. So you just keep doing this stuff every day, even if you just have 2 or 3 minutes. Do a little bit of everything, and you'll see she'll keep changing gradually. Slowly but surely, she'll get more confidence.